today. From Seattle, Washington, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks versus Jake Fromm and the Tennessee Titans.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They will be led out by the former Georgia Bulldog. It's Jake Fromm.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had his team to win.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He's tackled at the
numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 16 carries, 89 yards.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with
intercepted.
Here come the Seahawks. Time for that offense and quarterback Russell Wilson to go to work.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game. What touchdowns and interception, yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio.
The Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you all know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken in the end zone. And come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Titans coming back onto the field, second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself a you give yourself a thing.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
After the sack, they'll come up now, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about they took the shot downfield? They were more than prepared for that one.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. After the interception, here's Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
3rd and 8.
Wilson, after the play fake to Carson, flush to his right, going for it all. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissling, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Myers for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Titans, nothing. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. Had no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Here's Fromm. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Fromm. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A first down and then some. 36 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
He's tackled at the 34.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making a big-time play?
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Nothing.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
It's 2nd and inches.
Now Fromm to pass on 2nd down. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Corey Davis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And that 13-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Good for that lap. And now it's time to see if they can do They'll start out on the ground with Cart much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, it's Carson.
Wilson with the handoff to.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Steps away. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. 15 yards on the play, first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
1st and goal.
His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Out of the shotgun, here's Fromm. That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Complete to
A.J. Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation. Post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. On the run. He'll let it go deep. Right sideline. Oh, nearly picked.
Wilson on the keeper.
And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
They go play action with Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
That's good.
That 3rd down conversion good for 23. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you act and have to get yourself regrouped? They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans set and ready to go on offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face.
5th sack of the season. And the pressure gets to him again. Jaron Reed in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So we have reached halftime on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get the scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 24-12, the final score. From there, we're off to check out another game, and you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Devin Singletary with a touchdown run. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. A 3-touchdown differential in the end, 35-14, the final. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things, but take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slots that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. But one of his best friends is a world-ranked tennis player. And he talked about serves and how you change up, take pace off, do different things. And he incorporated that into his route running.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jayon Brown gets him for a long yards from his linebacker spot. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
He's tackled.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and...
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong. I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a nice second effort we just saw there. So I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, that second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
To throw is Wilson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to get that to Colby Parkinson. And it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off. It made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And Myers able to knock it through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13.
27, Titans 14.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
He's got daylight. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Shedding the tackle. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Play action. It's Wilson being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and now it's second down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Buying time to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, fourth quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
About to find out. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you're confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Will Dissly with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now stands at 13.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw from. They will find Davis. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Call it a 3-yard game, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
On the play. Brings up 3rd down.
From firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Complete.
That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
This one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is from. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Fromm to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Jaron Reed in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Jerry Jeudy.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Going for it on 4th down. It's Fromm. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They run again with Carter. Showing his way inside the 35. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And hang on here because the running back, Chris Carson, yet to get up after that play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Wilson. Down he goes. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson now off the bootleg. He's going to look deep for more. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Pass intended for David Moore. Incomplete.
Finally, a good play there to deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with it.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one caught by Davis.
Pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Henry's got it, out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17. From the gun, it's Fromm. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No.
Daniel Carlson on.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And the lead will shrink to 6. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Tennessee score. So 20 seconds remain. It'll come down to this. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Adoree Jackson on the tackle. It's a gain of 8.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. This officially a 55-yard attempt. So the victory here for Seattle. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Seahawks, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop